You're listening to Inside Content, the TV industry podcast. This show is brought to you by 3Vision, a global TV industry consultancy specialising in content acquisition, strategy, research, and business development. Each episode, we give you VIP access to the views and experiences of senior TV executives and discuss the latest TV industry trends and insights.
Hello and welcome to Inside Content. I'm Jonathan Nickell, COO at 3Vision, and I'm joined by Parul Goel, Territory Head for Europe and CFO for Europe and North America at Z Entertainment UK. Parul shares how Z is expanding its footprint across Europe with a particular focus on fast channels and localised content. We explore how the company tailors its strategy for different markets, balances premium and free offerings, and engages audiences through innovative marketing and social media. It's an insightful conversation into how Z is navigating this rapidly evolving media landscape.
Stay informed on what's shaping the future of TV. Download the 2025 Trends and Predictions report at 3vision.tv. Now let's get on to the episode.
So, welcome to Inside Content, and I'm joined today by Parul Goel from Z Entertainment. He's the Territory Head for Europe and the CFO for Europe and North America. Parul, hi, it's lovely to see you.
Pleasure. Thank you, Jonathan, for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here.
No problem. So maybe to start with, you could introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your role at Z Entertainment.
Certainly. So, as you have mentioned, I'm the Territory Head for Europe, where I manage UK and European businesses for broadcast, distribution and content for Z Entertainment UK Limited. And I'm also the Chief Financial Officer for the European region and our Americas region, where I handle all the finance and account related businesses. And I'm doing this from the last 17 years with Z now. So it's a great journey. I'm learning everything. So every day is a learning day, and it's such a fantastic journey. I'm not doing the same job every day. So something new to do every day, which keeps me going. And I really enjoy what I do.
Fantastic. That's really good to hear. And hopefully we can hear about some of that development over the 17 years during our chat. So you manage a wide range of markets across Europe. The UK, Germany, Nordics, and lots of others. Maybe you could outline what products you have there and where you see Z's position in the European landscape.
So from a company point of view and the product offerings, we offer TV channels in terms of linear TV channels and fast TV channels. We have a streaming app, Z5. And we also syndicate our content to various broadcasters and platforms across Europe and the world. But we will keep our focus on the European region, since that this is the region which I manage, and I'll be able to contribute effectively on the businesses about here. When it comes to linear television, we are present in the UK from last 30 years. So this year we have completed 30 glorious years in the United Kingdom.
Wow.
Z was the first TV channel from India, which started entertaining people from Indian diaspora in the UK. And today, after completing 30 years, today when I say this year, it's an amazing feeling, and we are still going strong. Rather, we have expanded from UK to pan-European countries and delivering our content not just to the South Asian diaspora, but also through our new products, which is dubbed and or subtitled in other European languages. Like we launched Z1 in German last year, 2023. We dubbed our content in German language. We launched as a fast TV channel. The reason for fast, the first is the cost. Because German dubbing is very expensive, as we all know. So to keep the costs low and to see the traction of the product. And today, our fast platforms in Germany, they have an amazing reach. Like Samsung reaches more than 10 million users, Rakuten reaches 4 to 5 million users. Then you have LG, then you have Titan OS. So reach is not a problem when it comes to using a fast platform to showcase your product. So that's why we targeted users of the fast platforms to see our product, to watch our product, to consume our product, to live our product.
Right. I was going to ask a bit about that actually, because I mean, you were a relatively early adopter of fast, and as your products up until then had been premium, the premium end. How do you see those two sitting together?
Our company philosophy is to reach the viewers whichever way. If it is a free, we'll reach the viewer through a free way. If it is a premium way, we will reach the viewer via premium way. So we will go where the viewer sits, wherever the viewer is. Fast is a name given by us in the media sector. Technically, it's a free TV. But if you ask me, it is not as free as it sounds like, because when you go and buy a Samsung TV, you pay $1,000 or €1,000 or £1,000. So it is not free. And these days, life of a TV at any household is 4 to 5 years. People do change television now in every 4 to 5 years. So technically, you are paying $200-300, euros, pounds a year for that TV set. It becomes a pay indirectly to the OEM, to the equipment manufacturer. In return, they are supplying you with the content. So I believe it is still premium because you're watching content on a very premium device, and it's in a 4K quality or high definition quality minimum. So that's how person who is consuming our content on a 4K television, he is or she is a good net worth household, because not everyone can afford to have $1,000 or $1,500 or a euro or a pound television set. So whoever is having, if you ask me, my assumption is fast consumption is happening in good net worth households when it comes to platforms like Samsung and Rakuten and LG, because these TV sets are expensive. So I believe our audience is premium audience from that point of view. And the kind of content we are serving is niche content to them, which they have not seen or watched on any other platform before. So that way we leverage our being first mover to showcase our content in dubbed or subtitled in the local language on a fast platform.
Right. Okay. And has this been successful for you? And are you seeing any cannibalization across your other products from being present in fast, or is it purely just incremental?
It's a very good question. I have to answer it diplomatically. It is not cannibalizing our existing products, because our fast offering is different to our linear offering, and it is different to our Z5 streaming offering. So on Z5, we offer consumers originals specially made for OTT, or the premium movies specially made for OTT in around 8 different Indian languages. On our linear, which is on Sky and Virgin and Ziggo and Vodafones of the world, we offer our Hindi language channels, which is a part of any pay package. Whereas fast, we are targeting the mainstream audiences of various European countries in either German or French or in English language. So that way, the content is different. Each channel's schedule is different. Content offering is different. Content is curated for these different types of audiences. So a Z1 French will be different to Z1 Germany, and a Z1 Germany will be different to a Z1 in the United Kingdom or Ireland. It is curated as per the tastes, likings, behavior of the users in these countries. So we do proper research on the scheduling part of the content whenever we curate any fast channels. And of course, the kind of dubbing and or subtitling which we use, we have the highest standards there. We don't compromise it.
Right. Okay. So it sounds like you're spending a lot of time and effort ensuring that your fast channels are targeted and relevant to the audiences. But we know that in the fast ecosystem, discoverability is a big issue. What steps are you taking to ensure your sort of strong brand recognition and the discoverability of the content in a world where there could be 350 other fast channels?
It's again a fantastic question, Jonathan. Discoverability is not just a problem in fast ecosystem, but also in a linear ecosystem these days, because people's habits are changing every now and then, not just every week. It's changing every now and then due to evolution of so many OTTs and streaming services across the globe. So when it comes to discoverability of fast channels on various platforms, we do strategic meetings with the platforms. So without taking a name, I'll say that, let's say we have a platform A. We discuss with them our content. We discuss with them our strategic scheduling plan. We discuss with them the kind of audience we are targeting. How can they help us? What should we do? What is their experience? What is our experience? We share with them our strengths, that we have 8 million YouTube followers. We have 9 million Facebook followers. We can get those strengths behind us, the force of 15 million social media followers. How can we bring it together? And doing a targeted paid social media campaigns to bring viewers of fast channels onto our channels. We also have a handsome database of our own viewers from the past and the current. We write to them. We inform them that this is what we have done. This is what is coming on the TV channels. And our viewers, they love the program so much. They make TikTok videos. And we had, I'll say, Z is so lucky. Viewers, they made their videos on TikTok, how to watch Z1 in Germany on a Samsung TV Plus. It was a guided, editorial for the whole world, how to watch Z1 on Samsung TV Plus. It was amazing. It has never happened to any TV channel or any fast platform. And when it was shared with even Samsung, they were overwhelmed. It was a love of not just one video. There were tens of or hundreds of videos like this with tens of thousands of views of each video. And similarly, when we launched in France last year as Z1 French, same thing happened. We just let our viewers know we are coming. We make a strategic marketing plan, digital marketing plan. We have not done any out-of-home marketing as of yet for any of our fast product. But the plans are in place, not just for out-of-home marketing, but for ground events as well, which should start from September, October this year, because we have already started discussing about it. It's like meet and greet with the artists from the soap operas, from the dramas, because people follow them religiously. I mean, Jonathan, I can't imagine that people get into the content so much. Our content is basically a family drama mostly, whereby there's a mother-in-law, there's a daughter-in-law, there is a son, there are children, stepmother or stepdaughter, all this normal family drama. And viewers, they behave like, oh, she slapped her mother-in-law so hard. Oh, I mean, it's so funny to see people engaging in these kind of conversations that they are loving it. So it gives us good motivation. It gives us really good I'll say, strength that our content is really liked by the people, and that's how we create and curate our content for the audiences.
Right. Right. Okay. Understood. The the fast world and the paid world are a little bit different, though. So, um, what's the overall strategy? Is it to keep them separate and make fast financially successful on its own, or is it to try and is the fast channel there to try and migrate people over to the paid services?
Our paid services, which is Zee TV, Zee Cinema, and Zee Punjabi, like I mentioned, they are in Hindi and Punjabi language. They have close to 6 to 7 hours of original programming a day, which is fresh programming produced in India and offered as a paid or a premium services on the different pay platforms. We have no plans to bring those channels as fast or free at all, because the cost of production or the content cost, as you know, has hit the roof for everyone. And fast is not a solution, or is not there at the moment whereby we can recover the cost of the content, or we can offer them such a premium content for free. When I say them, as in viewers. So what we are doing is we are going geography by geography. We are using our existing content, which we have already shown on paid channels. And like I mentioned earlier, either dubbing or subtitling, and then curating as per the geography.
Right. Right. So it's an incremental revenue stream using existing content, and I guess it's working that content harder. It's taking it and seeing what other revenues you can get out of that content.
Absolutely, but it does involve, good cost, because as you know, dubbing and subtitling are not cheap, and we don't have we do all the dubbing as proper human, or we can say manual dubbings. We are not doing any AI dubbing of any of the channels.
So I was going to get on to ask about that. Yeah. So the localization, that's well, I think that's a thing that has put some content providers off launching fast channels in some territories, because they can't make the maths work. So if you found a way to do that, I mean, that's fantastic.
Yes, I'll say it is a closed door secret. I'll not be saying anything on those things. But yes, we have managed to. It has taken a toll, to be honest, on many of us internally. How to succeed, how to get it done properly. We have done so much of work on it. And eventually, when we see the results of the hard work on how to get the localization right, because as you will know very well, that it's not easy to crack a France or a Germany. It is not easy at all for any thematic channels coming in and then trying to be number one or number two or number three in the country. So, and the effectiveness of the localization is shown in the hours of viewing which we are getting on our fast platforms.
Right. Okay. So looking ahead a little bit, priority wise, is your priority to increase your distribution more, or is it to deepen the engagement and the partnerships you've got with existing platforms?
I will say it's both, Jonathan, because first is we believe in unless and until it is seen, we can't sell. Like there is this anecdote, it needs to be seen to be sold. So distribution is most important. And then we need to make sure that our strategic partnerships with all the platforms is in place, because we always ask our platforms to help us and we will help them. It's a mutual benefit to both the content provider and the platform. It won't be ever that only platform is growing and content is not, or only content is growing, platform is not. So the kind of commercial deals we are structuring with the fast platforms It helps us and the platform to work harder towards the main goal, which is make money.
Right.
Ultimate aim is to make money. There is no other motive, because we are commercial organizations, and I'm being very honest to you here, Jonathan.
No, I understand. And you are the CFO as well, so I can understand it's close to your heart.
And we have our monthly reviews, and after the story is done, I have to show a P&L.
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay, here we go. Where are the numbers now? Story is good. Where are the numbers? So we have to make sure we are a public listed company in India, and we get audited every quarter, annually. So we have to show results to our stakeholders, to our shareholders. We can't get unnoticed if we don't show the numbers.
Yeah.
One more thing, Jonathan, when I have these conversations with our strategic partners, whether they're fast platforms or even pay platforms, they appreciate it because they understand that we are here for a commercial relationship. It can be if I'm asking 20, I'm getting 19, or if I'm asking 19, I am able to get 20. It's not about 19, 20, or 18. It's about being honest when we are doing the negotiations, when we are discussing the commercials, or when we are discussing the launch or the partnerships. It really helps when we know each other, both the companies, from a point of view, from expectations point of view, I should say.
Right, understood. Moving along a little bit, so AI. You mentioned that you're not using AI for dubbing, but AI is a hot topic in our industry and in many industries. Are you leveraging AI in any way with content curation or maybe operational efficiencies? How are you looking at incorporating AI into your business?
There are two ways I'll answer this. First is what we are trying to do from a content side, and second, what we are trying to do from a tech side. From a tech side point of view, we have a technology and innovation center in Bangalore in India, which is dedicated for Z. Around few hundred people work over there, and continuously they are innovating and coming up with new tech things, whether it is for our Z5 or even for the content. So that responsibility is being currently handled from a tech point of view to our technology center in Bangalore in India. When it comes to content, especially for, let's say, fast channels or pay TV channels, we are not using AI for the content selection. We are not using AI for the content curation. We have started working to use AI for translation. We have started working on AI, how to measure viewers' responses through our social media, which we have close to 15 million followers on YouTube and Facebook put together. So once we have those things analyzed by AI, then we are curating our content manually. Because if AI will do a task of curating the content, it can go horribly wrong, because it will only do the things which is fed into the system. It won't think new things. Whereas I believe we are in a content business, we have to give something which people enjoy and are happy with. So this is what is happening when it comes to using AI in content. AI in dubbing, like you and I know, there are so many people who are trying to work around for AI in dubbing in different languages. But I still believe it's a long way to go. We have tried, we have sampled many languages with AI dubbing. There is no human emotion. There's no human emotion at all in AI dubbing. We have tested many samples. I'll say tens of samples from at least 7-8 different partners. We have not been able to crack, to be honest, the AI dubbing part. AI subtitling, fantastic. Recently, I met a company who showed me their samples for AI translation for subtitling purposes. They could subtitle from Hindi to English directly, or Hindi to German directly, or Hindi to French directly. And I asked them, can you do Hindi to English to German? Hindi to English to German was very bad. Hindi to German was fantastic. So one learning was to keep the original language and then use AI, whether it is a subtitling or a dubbing, because translation makes a lot of difference.
Yeah.
So these things are still evolving, Jonathan.
Okay, so it's something you're looking at, but it's not something that you've fully incorporated yet.
Not yet, because I don't want to take a chance when it comes to audiences. They need quality content. If we give them, or if we feed them robotic language, we'll lose them. I don't want to do that.
So what, with your experience across the different territories in Europe, the tastes and consumption patterns of different countries, what have you learned? What have you seen?
It's a great question. So in my experience, what I've seen is I keep United Kingdom as a separate region and the whole EU as a separate region. The reason being, UK produces millions of hours of content each year, which could be 20-30%, or when I say EU could be producing only 20-30% of that content in 1 year. EU doesn't produce that much of content which UK produces in 1 year. If UK is producing, for example, 1 million hours in each year, EU might be producing 200,000 each year, putting Germany, France, Spain, everyone put together, excluding news. So what I have experienced is, when it comes to, let's take an example of Germany, they watch content on repeats like anything. If content is good, they can watch it once, twice, thrice, 4 times, they will watch it. Because the culture and the habit is, due to lack of content, they have a habit of watching the same content again and again. I have experienced this with 3 of our series in the last 17 months of offering them this fast channel. There are 4 series which we are running, I think, the 3rd time now. No drop in viewership, Jonathan. You and I will go mad watching the same content 3 times. Whereas they're watching it. And they're as engaged as if they're watching it for the first time. So I have no courage to take a chance with this kind of audience not to give them quality content. When it comes to the UK, oh my God, we have to give them new, fresh content as much as we can. Because of the language, which is English, English is in ample supply. Amount of content. You have from tens of streaming apps. You have from 500 TV channels. There is no dearth of content in English language. Whereas in German language, of course, there is a dearth of content, new content, fresh content. That's why they have a habit of watching the same content, good content, few times. The same pattern happens in Nordics as well, and the same pattern happens in few other European countries, which we have mapped as per our content. That which content to put in which country, how many times, and at what time. We know our viewers' habits. Viewers' habits of a French consumer is totally different to a German consumer and to a UK consumer. Our viewership in Germany on the fast starts at 9 a.m. I have never seen any TV channel globally who's being watched for 12 hours a day. It's a flat line between 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. When I say flat line, almost a flat line. Amazing. Of course, there are a couple of peaks during the day. And the same pattern we have seen in France as well. Whereas UK, Here we go. You see a peak during evening after 5:30, or you see a peak during the morning time. So amazing viewing patterns. This is learning in terms of content and viewership behavior, which I have learned. Small learning, but yes, this is what I've learned from UK and European content point of view.
Right, great.
I'm not going. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm not going into the genres because that's a different topic altogether.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, that would get very complicated. But YouTube, what is your presence on YouTube, and is that different to is the usage that you see there different to what you see on other platforms?
Absolutely. So our YouTube strategy is simple, which is using archival content and exploit it on YouTube rather than using any fresh or premium content.
And long form?
Yeah, I'm coming on to that. So until last year, we were using 3-minute short form content on both YouTube and Facebook, close to 500-600 views, 500-600 million views on Facebook, and around 150 to 200 million views on YouTube. Fantastic views, number of views. But we wanted to see the consistency of the same for at least a couple of years before we go into a long form content uploads on these platforms. Then we tried with long form content, not in too much quantity, but tried with 5 or 6 pieces of content each week on YouTube, long form content, more than 20 minutes. But that too archival, more than at least 1.5, 2-year-old content. Some worked, some didn't, but whatever worked, it worked wonderful. As if people watched it for the first time. So we are still figuring it out. I want to be honest here. What genre of content needs to be uploaded and what time is very critical from YouTube monetization point of view. Because whoever has got access to YouTube, which everyone has today, the time span or the attention time span of people is so microseconds. If they see it, they like it, they watch it. So what we are doing is we are trying to experiment with long form content on YouTube, including our short form, which is 3 minutes teasers, in different Indian languages for UK and European diaspora, and also in French, English, and German, the content which we already have. But we are not uploading the content on the same day of broadcast. We are minimum using 3 months delay for the fast content and minimum 2 years delay for the premium content, for the long form. This is our strategy for the YouTube. And yes, we are making good money.
Great. Good. Well, tell me a bit about Z5. I know it's your sort of over-the-top streaming app. Tell me how that's going in Europe.
Z5 is the undisputed leader of Indian OTT streaming app in Europe, from my perspective. I'll not share the numbers or anything like this, but yes, it is one of the most popular South Asian OTT app in Europe. And there are a couple of competition apps. However, amount of content which we have on Z5, it's like Netflix of Indian television. Or Z5. It's bigger than that rather, because we have more than 3,000 movies available to be streamed on Z5 and around 200,000 hours of content and more than 400 originals available on Z5. So it is huge. In terms of viewership, in terms of number of users, yes. I mean, I can't disclose the numbers. We are very much satisfied with it. It has lived up to the expectations of what we have projected in terms of the subscriber numbers, the recurring one, attrition rate, reinstatements. So we are all monitor it very closely. So it is doing very well in terms of the consumer perception. There's a lot of noise on it. There are multi-million marketing spends each year on Z5. In terms of content, it offers all genres, right from action to thriller to horror to romance to family dramas to originals to movies, and that too in 8 different Indian languages. So it is serving and catering to the needs of any South Asian household when it comes to one streaming app. And we have, I don't recall how much content we have in 4K, but we have a lot of 4K content which we are advertising as 4K app for in South Asian diaspora.
Right, brilliant. Well, I mean, it sounds like all the different strands, your pay linear, your free linear, your YouTube, etc., and also the app are all going extremely well. Looking forward, is there any particular development or innovation that you're excited for Z in the next 12 months?
Absolutely. It is, I'll say, space to watch. Something will come up definitely. Discussions are on. And hopefully in the next 12 months, we'll announce something when it comes to new development from Z. There are continuous improvements happening from a Z5 point of view because it's a streaming app and new developments happen each day. The recent one was, when I remember, if you have an Apple TV and you have Z5 app on your iPhone, you don't need to log in again on Apple TV. It just does some, magic. And you need to just input one, not even a code. You need to say yes on your phone and it streams on your TV. Fantastic. I mean, it takes less than 10 seconds to stream. I was very happy and I said to our team, well done. This is an excellent feature. You need to advertise more about this feature, which is so convenient for users to stream Z5, not just on Apple TV, but also on Android devices as well. So it was amazing. So yeah, these kind of technological innovations are happening every now and then.
Which are all important, aren't they? Really, to make the subscribers' experience sort of as good as it can be, because you can have the best content in the world, but if the user experience isn't great, then people move away from it. So
absolutely, it has. We have seen the days, Jonathan. We have seen the good old bad days when we first started streaming, and now what we see Z5 as a product, we are really proud of it.
Fantastic. Good. Well, Parul, thank you so much indeed. It's been a pleasure talking to you and to hearing all about how business is going, and look forward to seeing the developments over the next 12 months. And we can get you back and have another chat and see where we are.
No, it's a pleasure, Jonathan, and thank you so much for the lovely Q&A. I'll not call it Q&A, rather I'll call it you wanted to take out some gossip, but I tried myself not to give any.
Well, until next time then.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Thanks for having me, Jonathan.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Inside Content, the TV industry podcast brought to you by 3Vision. With decades of TV industry experience and real-world success, we know the ins and outs of the market like nobody else. To learn more about our TV consultancy services, head to 3vision.tv.